Alright, what's going on, guys? So it's time for episode 3 of NFL Coach 09. So we are going to be taking over the Buffalo Bills this time. So it's time to get this set up. And so we got it. Alright, so we're going to change these playbooks again. We're going to change them to two of my favorite. We're going to get West Coast and 3-4 pressure. So, yeah. So we're going to change up a couple. I usually keep the team's default philosophies, but since they run a cover 2 defense, that requires a lot different cornerbacks. So we're going to change that philosophy to probably balanced, because I'm pretty sure they'll run cover 2. Yeah, so we're going to change that to balanced right away. Alright, so let's take a look at this roster. So we've got expiring contracts. Nobody super crazy as an expiring contract. So we've got Trent Edwards, who's pretty good. We're going to probably keep him around. JP Lozman, we'll try to find a trade for. Then Marshawn Lynch is definitely going to be our starting running back. These two guys, it just depends on what we get in the draft, but they may stay on and they may get traded. Darian Barnes is an average fullback, so we'll try to upgrade him. Lee Evans, solid receiver. Roscoe Parrish, solid as well. Josh Reed, we'll probably try to find a trade for because he's kind of expensive for an average. Overall, Robert Royal, way overpaid, definitely going to probably get cut. Jason Peters is a solid left tackle. These two guys are decent backups. Derek Dockery, high salary, but he's pretty good, so we're going to probably be stuck with him. This guy will probably get cut. Melvin Fowler, probably going to be cut or traded if we can. We'll probably run with these two guys at right guard, at least to start out. And then Langston Walker, we'll try to find a trade for. If not, he'll probably be a backup, or he might even start. These two guys are not that great. And Chris Kelsay is pretty expensive. Aaron Schobel's a decent right end. Then we got Marcus Stroud, who's a very good D tackle. John McCargo will probably stay around. Then Angelo Kroll, pretty decent outside linebacker. Paul Pazluzzi is really good. DiGiorgio is average. Keith Ellison will probably stay on as a backup. And then we got McGee, who's a pretty good corner. Jabari Greer will be for depth. Yabodi will probably be like our 5th corner. And then George Wilson and Coach Simpson, both pretty good. That's probably going to be our free safety lineup. And then Whitner and Wensling. We might get rid of Wendling, but Whitner will probably start at strong safety. So if there's one weakness outside on this roster, it would probably be at tight end. And then at center, probably right side, left end as well. So I've got some ideas in mind. We might get another middle linebacker, but a right outside linebacker, which I know an option for that. Potentially. Because the thing is, so as far as draft picks go, the Bills draft 11th. So if a good guy drops like out of the top 8, like I would be hoping for Keith Rivers. Then we may have to move up. So we're just going to go ahead and sim to the free agency period, because really none of those RFAs, like pretty sure McGowan was an RFA, but he's not really gonna be anything major. So, yeah. So, sorry, I'm gonna move my mic a little bit closer. Okay, so, yeah. So let's see what we can do on the trade market. Like I said, I'm gonna try to start showing like more of the video. Okay, so Edwards is staying. We're gonna try to roll with him at quarterback. I'm gonna try to trade Lozman because he's kind of expensive. What I may actually do with this, let me see if they would do it. Since the Titans want Lozman, we're actually gonna trade for one of their quarterbacks and Kerry Collins. Okay, so this is what we're actually gonna do to make them want him like more. What we're gonna do is we're gonna give up a 6th and 7th next year to get Kerry Collins from the Titans, and then what we'll do is then we can then trade Lozman to them. Okay, never mind, they actually want him less. But there's a reason why I'm doing this. So actually, since the 49ers are kind of interested, we're going to hold off on trading him for now. But Kerry Collins, we traded a 6th and 7th for him, but the Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens both really like my man. Okay, out of range. What we're going to do is we're going to... Okay, that's too high. 4th and 6th isn't bad, but what I'm going to try to do is... We're not going to leave a second rounder out of the Bears, but what we can do is go for number 70. Okay, that's out of range. We do number 90 and number 207. Too high. Alright, so we're just going to go number 70 straight up. Okay, they said that's high, so we're just going to go 90 to be... Okay, never mind, they rejected it. Alright, so let's retry that. We're just going to go for pick 90 in the 3rd round. But yeah, so we essentially just turned a 6th and 7th next year into a 3rd rounder this year. Let's see if either of these guys get any trade interest. I'm not sure if they will, but if they do, okay, Fred Jackson. We can get a 4th rounder from either the Panthers or the Lions. I would like to get a 4th, or the Titans actually. Let's go 4th and set. Okay, out of range. Too high. With just the 4th rounder this year. Okay, that's reasonable. So let's do that. If they do it, yeah. So pick 124 this year from the Titans for Fred Jackson. Dwayne Wright. He does have interest as well. Although honestly, just a 6th round pick, I'm probably going to keep him then, because we now need another running back. We'll probably keep Darian Barnes for now. He might be a backup at fullback. Josh Reed, he's probably not going to get any trade interest, but a team might want him that doesn't want to make a trade. Robert Royal is there as well. We're going to put all these backup linemen on the trade block, as well as Melvin Fowler. I'm probably going to keep these 2 guys for now, and we'll put him on the trade block as well. He is too expensive to trade because of that high penalty, but we can try to trade Ryan Denny and get a better starting left end. Try to trade him because he's probably not making a roster. Cargo is pretty expensive, and he's actually not that bad. So we'll try to trade Kyle Williams. Crowell is pretty good. Luzny's pretty good. This guy, I can never say his name, DiGiorgio. I don't want to make the Colts better, though. Well, actually, hang on to him, since the Lions like him, and they'll probably like a couple of our other guys. I have a player in mind to try to trade for. Keith Ellison probably keep as a backup. McGee, Greer, and Yabodi are probably all going to stay, at least for now. Wilson and Simpson are staying. Whitner. We might try to trade Wendling. I have a team in mind to try to trade him to. Ryan Lindell is pretty decent, as is Brian Moorman. So, forgot to mention them earlier. So, first deal we're going to try to do is Calvin Johnson from the Detroit Lions. So, they got a lot of guys that I want to get rid of that they like. So we can, let's see, what are these offers? I'm trying to see if there's any like 3 players that they want. Cause I really don't want to try to trade. I don't really want to trade picks right now. But let's do Langston Walker. So I feel like Langston Walker, Ryan Denny, because those are 2 guys that don't have any interest on the trade market. Okay, maybe not. Alright. Let's try Langston. Let's just keep going down, actually. Maybe it's higher up. Just go down from the bottom. Okay. So what I'm actually going to do is we'll do Langston, we'll do Ryan Denny, John DiGiorgio, and a 5th round pick next year. We got Calvin Johnson, who will be a solid receiver for us starting out. Then we can go to the Giants and inquire about O.C. Umenyiora. They like Lozman. I was hoping they would be interested in John Wendling, but they are not. And that's a bit too high of a price for me to pay for O.C. Umenyiora. So one thing we are going to do, though, is go and trade some more picks next year for Nick Mangold. Yeah, 3rd and 4th will work, and that also fulfills a season goal. So that's pretty good. And we get a stud center. Let's try. Actually, I wonder how highly rated he is in this. 81 in our system. I would have gone after Ernie Sims, but I don't know if that would be the best option. I'm looking at the options on the table, and I think what we're going to do is try to trade for Joe Staley from the 49ers to start at right tackle. He's normally at left tackle, but we can swap his position. Okay, yeah, they like Langston Walker, so it's a pretty good swap. They like Walker and Lozman, so the best option is going to be Walker, Lozman, and 142. So that looks pretty good. Give up some guys that I'm not going to use. We got Josh Reed, John Wendling. The rest of these guys we probably would have found trades for, to be honest. So I'm trying to think of teams that I know normally want receivers. One that comes to mind for me is the Raiders. And they have a few guys that I might want, like Nnamdi Asomugha, but they don't want Josh Reed. Okay, so in that case, I think what we're gonna do is just kind of hang out, send to the draft, because I don't like signing any free agents. Mostly just because I don't want this to be too easy for me. Like, I don't want to just stack a team full of all the best free agents and then like trade for a quarterback or draft Andre Woodson and then just like call it a day. What I might do though is one thing I'm thinking about once I finish this series or maybe during it is just like completely rebuilding a team, like getting rid of everybody on the roster, starting with like nothing, starting with like draft picks, and that's about it. And then you just have to build the team up and just kind of see what happens, and maybe try to build like the absolute best team that you can make in a year. Just like kind of do as much as I can to get like all of that. I might try like comparing, like doing like 2 weeks, like comparing what's better, like try to get a team of entirely rookies, like between the draft, like, and then like undrafted free agents and like people who get cut in the preseason, and then doing a team of entirely free agents, like literally making a whole team out of free agency. So, all right. So we have the 11th pick in the draft. So I gotta just sit through my random ramblings there, but so we got Jake Long, Chris Long, Keith Rivers goes 3rd overall, which is strange. I usually don't see him go that high. Is there anybody the Jets? The Jets like Melvin Fowler, so we might move up to 6 and then trade down. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna use Melvin Fowler to move up to 6, but then we're gonna trade the pick because, yeah, we can get 22 and 28 from Dallas. So, and they went Darren McFadden, which is fine. Because the thing is, like, really there's not that much that I want. Okay, Jeff Oda, I don't really need. I forgot to switch. So, if Mike Jenkins was available, I would probably take him. I think right here I'm going to be safe and take Kenny Phillips so he doesn't get taken from me, because he's a pretty good strong safety, although we don't really need him all that much. So what I think we are going to do is just trade down again, and try to get, well, yeah, we're going to go, yeah, the 50th and 81st pick from the Cardinals. If he's still able at 28, I'll probably take him. Yeah, he is, so we're just going to go and take him here, because he's too good to pass up, to be honest. So now we got some high second round picks as well, I believe. So what do we got going on this round? We've got 41 and 50. Saw Ken Dorsey got traded to the Dolphins, which means they'll probably start him at quarterback for some reason. Okay, Dustin Keller is a bust. So we are going to go... we can wait and get Calais Campbell at 50 to have another depth player defensive end. We're going to trade this pick, though. We're going to get some more depth. Mike Patterson is a decent defensive tackle, but there's better ones in the draft. So we're going to go... We're going to get 2 third-round picks from the New England Patriots, which they are a divisional rival, but they take James Hardy because he's not very good anyway, so... Calais Campbell is my target. We should be able to get him, though, because the Cardinals usually take him. And with this pick that we traded for from them, so... Here we got Calais Campbell. We'll get us some approval up. The Dolphins... I was thinking they might be interested in somebody off our team because they normally will trade for like anybody, but yeah. So the Jets, we already the only guy that wanted off of us was Melvin Fowler. The Cowboys, yeah, nobody. Okay, just making sure. Dolphins, okay. So the Lions straight into that pick. Alright. So we got a bunch of picks in the 3rd round from trades. Like, I'm pretty sure we have like 4 or 5 of them. Oh, I forgot to change my sim speed to fastest. Dang. That's why I was so slow. I was so confused. I was like, why is it taking so long? Okay, so here, Dan Connor's a decent middle linebacker, but he's not the best. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another receiver. What's Earl Bennett's height looking like? I always forget. 6'1", that's not too bad. Yeah, you'll take Earl Bennett to go with. Yeah, okay, there's still going to take Dan Connor. Here we are going to take. We're going to trade down again because I don't really. There's somebody I want later on in this round, but we should be able to get him later. I think at 81 is the next pick we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to trade and get. I want to get like 3 picks so we have more depth. Let's see. Would they do this? 3rd, 5th, and 7th. I'm fine with that. We might trade that 3rd round pick again, but that works for now. So then, I believe our next pick is at 81, yeah. And hopefully my guy lasts that long. He does. Okay, so here at 81, we're going to take a guy that I've shown on the channel a lot, Dre Moore from the University of Maryland. He's always been super good for me. So, Early Doucette was another guy I was thinking about taking. So, yeah, we need a right guard, but I know who I want at right guard. And so, let's see here. There's nobody I really need. So, again, I'm going to probably just trade out of this pick. This is a pick I got for Kerry Collins. So, we can trade it down and grab a 4th and 6 from the Jets. And they take the guy that the CPU wanted me to take. So let's see here. We can take these 3 picks from the Colts. And they're moving up to get Chad Reinhardt. Chicago takes Craig Steltz. We had even more 3rd round picks than I thought, so we're going to trade this one as well, like I said. Because the 4th round is where there's a lot of guys that I want to start taking. So we'll get these 3 picks from the Steelers. 120, 151, and 182. And we will go on with our lives. So, alright. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks. There's quite a few players that I want, so we'll see. Harry Douglas, the guy that I would like. But yeah, we need a backup quarterback. So I'm going to do the safe thing. Mario Manningham was the guy I was considering. We're going to go ahead and take Josh Johnson to be our backup quarterback. Here we've got. Let's go ahead and take. Who's higher rated? Yeah, let's go Bo Bell to be another middle linebacker option. Andre Woodson got drafted in the 4th round, so I'm glad I took Josh Johnson because I wouldn't have gotten him otherwise. Okay, Trey Williams is like average, and he'll fall like the 7th round for some reason. I think we need a corner, which we do kind of need another corner, but there's should be Ty Law in free agency to get. So we should be able to pick up. I think here we're gonna pick up. Is Xavier DB still on the board? Yes, we're gonna pick him up to be our backup left outside linebacker. Then we got 2 picks in a row, and we're gonna go ahead and take who's all available. Zach Pullman. Yeah, all the corners are pretty um, average. Like they're all about the same that I like. So I kind of wait until one like falls a little bit in the draft. Here I'm gonna go ahead and take David Hale to be a backup at left guard, just so that he doesn't get like sniped by another team. And then we're also gonna take we're gonna trade this pick. And we're gonna get 2 6th-rounders from the Browns. Okay, so now you don't have as many 5th-round picks, but we still have a few. My top target is at right guard, my man Roy Schoening from Oregon State. Okay, we don't need Trey Williams. I don't know how many times I have to say that. But then we can go with here. We can hedge our bets. We can take Athia Rubin. Throw another D tackle option. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just looking through the options. Demetrius Bell is pretty decent. Actually, that's who we're going to take. I forgot about him, to be honest, but he's pretty good. So, I didn't think he would still be on the board here, to be honest. Checking my options. And I think we will go with a running back, maybe. My guys on the board. Yeah, we'll take Jamal Buckingham here. Sixth rounder. Yeah. Honestly, at this point, I might start looking at these trades to see if there's anybody like random on our team that we can get rid of. But we can also kind of start. I think I am actually going to take Zach Bowman. He's kind of injury prone, but he's pretty good, and he normally doesn't slip it. Like, I've seen him slip this far, like, occasionally, but it doesn't happen all the time. Alex Brink gets drafted as well. And so we will go with here. We do need another receiver, and they're kind of hard to come by, so we're going to take Kevin Robinson. And then skip through some picks. I'm going to look at this and see if there's anybody they want off my team. Nope. Okay. Anybody that's on the trade block at least. And then here we will take. I'm trying to think of like positions that we need still. We need another quarterback, but none of those guys are good. We need a fullback, but I don't remember if the Bills are like a blocking team or like a normal. We need some tight ends, so we're going to take Mark Moffitt here. And what we'll actually do is just spend these 2 picks on the 2 tight ends, because these will probably be backups. I'm probably going to try to trade for a solid starter. We'll just see, though. So Trey Williams again. How many times are they going to ask me to take him? Here we're going to trade down. Maybe. Actually, no, we're not, because neither of those offers really interest me all that much. So we are going to take second guys that I would take as like an undrafted free agent. So we'll go after Eric Baker. And then we'll go with David Vobra. Okay. So Vince Hall is pretty good too. I'm actually going to take Jonathan Wilhite for approval because he is pretty good. I want to get my approval up a little bit. I'm not taking Matt Flynn though, because none of these quarterbacks that are left are any good. So another position that we need, that from what I remember, is we could use another middle linebacker, but none of these guys are good. We were pretty set at defensive end and on the offensive line. I think we'll go, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and bite the bullet, take Carl Stewart. And then with my last pick, that guy's not all that great. What I'm going to do here is, for some reason, like, you can get these picks, like you can get a 6th and 7th round pick for a 7th round pick. So that gives us an extra trade asset if we want to try to make some trades to make the team better. I don't think I'm going to take any undrafted rookies this time because, honestly, this team is not that bad. I thought the Bills were going to be worse than this, to be honest. But we actually aren't that bad. So once we fill some holes in free agency, we should be pretty good. So, like, we can get Tyler, Dan Creeder. We can bring in Aaron Brooks and Trent Dilfer both. We're going to bring in these running backs: Pittman, Jones, Houston, Foster, Kaysen. I was looking to see if any good receivers. Tight end, nobody that good is going to be on the... We'll bring in Brady and Bruner for the moment, but they're probably not going to last very long. Tucker's pretty good. Jovanovic we'll have as a backup. Damien Woody, same deal. Neither of those centers are that good, so we'll try to find a backup center. We'll bring in Rodney Lyle, Javon Hay. Tommy Poley. And that's really about it. Yeah, so... Yeah. So, we got some trade candidates. I don't know if any of them are actually going to get trade interest. But, alright, so Pittman. We're going to put all these running backs on the trade block. One of them might make the roster. Not Kaysen. He's going to be the first one to go. We'll send him to the Cardinals for... Or actually, what we'll do is we'll go and look for some trades involving these guys. Because draft picks don't really help us. Brady and Bruner, I have an option of where to send them. I'll put him on the block, but he's not going to get any trade interest. I need to move him to right tackle. This guy is also on the trade market. So is he. And we can trade Brad Butler now that we have Roy Schooning. We can trade Kirk Chambers. We can trade this guy. We'll try to trade these guys as well. Kroll, Pazluzny. We're going to put Tommy Poley on the block for now as well. These guys are safe. These guys are safe. I'm going to try to trade John Wendling. So, yeah. So, there we go. So, that's the team for the moment. We'll put these guys on the block. See if there's any trade interest in either of them. Not right now, but there might be. So, one thing I noticed that we needed is a backup center. So, we're going to go to start off with the Dolphins and ask about Samson Satella, because they usually like a lot of needs, but they don't really have any right now. Let's just look. Who's a team that I know would give up their center? Rob Smith, maybe? Yeah, they like Cedric Houston and Michael Pittman. So let's give them Michael Pittman, Cedric Houston, and a 5th round pick, or not. Okay. Let's give them... Yeah, okay. Never mind. Let's go to the... This is tough. Alright, let's go another route for the moment. Let's go to the Bengals, because we know they like blocking tight ends. We've got Kyle Brady, we got Mark Bruner. Who did they get any of the... I was hoping they would get one of the top, like, corners. They did get Eugene Wilson, but we don't really need him. We could get him and, like, flip him for picks. They still have Justin Smith, who they franchise tagged. They did sign Carlos Dansby, but we don't really need him either. Well, yeah, we could use him actually. So let's. Okay, never mind. They don't want to trade him. Okay. Okay. Another team I know likes blocking tight ends is the Jaguars. So what we can do is try to make a trade for Rashawn Mathis, but they're probably not gonna want to do that. Yeah, they would want Brady, Bruner, and a 1st round pick, which is way too much. But they also like Aaron Brooks, and they do have some other guys that I kind of like. So, for example, we could go after Daryl Smith to be an upgrade at right outside linebacker. So let's see. Can we make this happen? Yeah, Kyle Brady and Mark Bruner for Daryl Smith. And he'll be an instant upgrade at right outside linebacker, since we couldn't land Keith Rivers in the draft. So that's a good start there. Then we can go to the another Ravens, another team. I want a better middle linebacker. Would they trade me Ray Lewis? They want a lot. Okay, never mind. They actually usually trade him for less during the offseason. Would they entertain any offers for Ed Reed? They would probably want even more. Yeah. We could use Lorenzo Neal, but they don't want to trade him, so never mind. Another trade I want to make is like for a better tight end. So let's see. Are there any of the top tight ends that we can trade for? Ben Watson. Let's start out there. They do like Rodney Lyle, but they want a 1st round pick on top of that, or 2 2nd round picks, so that's not happening, because that's definitely... I'll give up like picks if it's worth it. I'm not going to give up picks for no reason just to build a team right now. We could go after LJ Smith. Start with him. Okay, there's nobody that they want. Alright guys, sorry about that. I had to take a call real quick. Okay, so we're back. Looking for some trades. I do think I am just going to go ahead and start trading some of these guys for picks. and we'll see how that ends up going. Alright. Let's see, Lyle. Okay. So Lyle, we can get a 5th round pick from the Jets. Julius Jones, we get a 5th round pick from the Panthers. Okay, so one thing I'm gonna look at is the Cardinals, because they have a decent tight end in Ben Patrick. Okay, who they don't want to trade apparently. Let's see, they have Al Johnson as their starting center. Let's see, they do like a few of our running backs, so that's what I think we're gonna go for here. So we've got, let's give them. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's give them Kaysen Foster in a 2010 7th rounder. And then another team I know that likes to give it tackles is the Ravens. So for our 3rd string quarterback, if they'll trade him, which they probably won't. Yeah, well, they do. Okay, we can go for Troy Smith. He's going to be kind of expensive, but he is worth the price, I think. So we can give them Michael Pittman, Cedric Houston, and a 5th round pick. Okay. So then that leaves us with just a few guys to get rid of. Just a few. One team I know that might want a quarterback would be the Raiders. I guess they'd be willing to part with Namdi. Okay, they only want 2 first-round picks for him, which we're not giving up. So yeah, I think we're gonna be set for now. I'm gonna go ahead and sign the rookies off camera and like build the team in the preseason and all that, and then I'll see you guys and show you the roster at the start of the regular season. Alright, so we're back. So here's the team going into the first week of the regular season. So we've got Trent Edwards, Josh Johnson, and Troy Smith at quarterback. At running back, we got Marshawn Lynch, Dwayne Wright, Jamal Buckingham, and Carl Stewart. At fullback, we've got Dan Creeder and Ovi Mughelli. Then our receiver, we got Lee Evans, Calvin Johnson, Roscoe Parrish, Earl Bennett, and Kevin Robinson. At tight end, I'm only keeping 2, Mark Moffitt and Mike Peterson. Then at left tackle, I've got Jason Peters and Terrain Tucker. At left guard, I've got Derek Dockery and David Hale. At center, I've got Nick Mangold and Al Johnson. Right guard, I've got Duke Preston and Roy Schoening. At right tackle, I've got Joe Staley and Demetrius Bell. Then at left end, I've got Calais Campbell and Chris Kelsey. At right end, I've got Aaron Schobel and Eric Baker. At D tackle, I've got Marcus Stroud, Dre Moore, and Athia Rubin. Then at left outside linebacker, I have Angelo Crowell and Xavier Adibi. The middle linebacker, Bo Bell, Derek Smith, and Paul Posluszny. Right outside linebacker, Daryl Smith, Keith Ellison, and David Vobera. Then at corner, I've got Chris Gamble, Terrence McGee, Jabari Greer, Zach Bowman, and Ashton Ubodi. Then at free safety, I've got George Wilson, Co Simpson, and Ty Law. Although I think actually I'm going to move Law back to corner. And I may, just to not, well, we'll just keep it the way it is. But yeah, Ty Law will be in there as well. Then we've got Kenny Phillips and Dante Whitner at strong safety. Then Ryan Lindell at kicker and Brian Moorman at punter. So that's where we are. That's where we're at the moment. So yeah, we don't have anybody in the trade blocks. So yeah, So, and I'll just go in real quick and we will hit auto reorder on the depth chart. And I'm just going to see, are there any positions that I want a certain guy higher up? I'm trying to think. I think corner would be the only situation. Ty Law is not going to be as good because his overall will go down in a minute. So yeah, so this works, I think. Yeah. So so I'm gonna go ahead and sim to the playoffs, and then I'll see you guys there. And hopefully the season goes well. Hopefully we can make our first playoff appearance in the 3 times that I've done this so far. But yeah. Alright, what's going on, guys? So we're at the playoffs and we actually made it. We went 8-8 and we managed to make it because I guess we held the tiebreaker over the Chargers and the Chiefs, who both lost, but we ended up making it. So as you can see, the Titans ended up 15-1, which I've never seen happen before. And then the Patriots and us, the Bills, made it, and then the Broncos. And then the crazy thing, out of the AFC North, the Steelers made it at 7-9, which is really crazy. But yeah, so we faced Denver in week 16 and lost. So it's gonna be a tough matchup. I'm actually gonna simcast it and see what happens. What goal did we fail? How did that? Oh, top 10. Okay, I've never seen the top 10. I've never seen that actually be worth approval to do. But yeah, so what I'm actually gonna do is super sim the games live right here because yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking just to sim it and see what happens, and I don't want to have to coach like the whole game, and it'll be faster if I super sim. So that's what we're gonna do. So we are on the road against the Denver Broncos. We may jump in toward the end, just depending on how it goes. So we're going to super sim this game. Buffalo Bills, Denver Broncos, and which ironically enough, the Broncos are going to be our next team. They're next up alphabetically. So they're going to be our team for next week. Our next episode. So we'll call Tails. Alright. So we'll advance sim to next possession. Alright. Okay, so we get the ball. I'm just going to keep simming each possession. See what happens. We get a 30-yard pass. And we get a touchdown. 80-yard touchdown drive. Just really crazy. A great start for us. Now it's their ball. And they have to punt again. I'm actually going to go ahead and sim. Really, let's sim to the end of the game and we'll just see what happens. And if it gets close, we get pick sixed by Dominic Foxworth. So we'll see what happens. Alright, we punt. And they take the ball. And okay, end of the first quarter, tie game. And they fumble it, and we get it back. And we get intercepted, but it was 3rd and 19, so we probably weren't going to get it anyway. They get a 39-yard pass, and they get a rushing touchdown to make it 14-7. But we get a touchdown pass, 68 yards to tie it right back up. And then we get a fumble. Oh no, wait. I mean, we muff the punt, and we throw another interception. That's 3 now, I believe. And we come just short of scoring any points, so it's again a tie game at halftime. They get a field goal. We missed a 38-yard field goal. Ryan Lindell, what are you doing, man? And they score another touchdown. It's 24-14. We're probably going to jump in the fourth quarter. Okay, because we punted it. We'll see. If they get another touchdown, it's pretty much game. But we'll see what happens. They get a touchdown. 31-14. I think this is going to be the end of our run. I'm just going to kind of let it go at this point. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. We do get another touchdown. But they get a 23-yard pass. And another field goal to make it 34-21. And that's going to be it. So that's going to be the end of it right there. We lose in the wild card round 34-21 to the Denver Broncos. But that's been my most successful season at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. But for now,